evening, good day, and good night. Welcome to Positive Rate. Hope you're all doing well today. Big hello to Nighthawk, sitting on the tarmac, and equally impressive PMDG 737, and I've got the Boris audio sound pack installed. So hopefully, if it's installed properly, I got it off of Orbix dirt cheap too. It was like Australian 18 quid or 18 bucks, which worked out to about 10 pounds. Absolute steal if it's everything that the video led it up to be, and that's just been released today. Actually, that's one of our news articles. Big shout out to Mrs. Tippy. She's up bright and early today. How are you? Good morning to you as well. I've got everything already set up, so we're pretty much just ready to get out of here. So as soon as you're ready, Nighthawk, we'll make it over to runway 22. I will take you through the flight plan right now as well. Right, what are we doing today? We are departing from our last destination, which is Colombo in Sri Lanka. We're using the door to, I think it's a 1D departure, I can't remember. 1D departure, yeah. So runway 22, it's basically wheels off the ground, and it's a hard left to Bravo India 551, and then intercepting Gupog. And we'll take a nice jaunt across Sri Lanka, so we'll get to see a bit of the Sri Lankan countryside as we depart. Whoop! We want to do that. And then we're over the Sea of Bengal. We're going to a small set of islands called the Andaman Islands. And this is Port Blair is the main capital. Obviously hails back to British colonial days, I'd imagine. And it's basically just a direct runway 4, intercepting the ILS-Y arrival. Sorry, going too far here. Intercepting at Charlie India 04, straight in to the runway on the ILS, and that's how we're going to do it today. So hopefully, yeah, it should be good. We've got tons of news to fill the gap. It is a lot of water, hopefully not too much cloud. I was doing a bit of a trial run on this route the other day, and it was very cloudy. But hopefully today will be okay. Anyway, bring those sim noises up. And I'm just going to turn the music right down for a sec, see if we can really soak in the audio here. As I said, I've just installed it. I haven't tested it yet. Hopefully it does work. But I can already tell. I think it is, because those sounds like hydraulic noises, doesn't it? So anyway, yeah, we'll see what happens here. Let's fully loaded with fuel. I've got about 90 passengers today, 8 of them in first class, and the remainder in economy. Flight level today is 390. Get that dialed in there, and yeah, let's fire it up and see what this. I'll get right behind the aircraft here so we can really hear it. This is where I really notice some of the differences. There it is. You hear the ignition sequence there, it's awesome. Oh man, to actually have this for myself is so exciting. That is really cool. We've got packs on too, so once that's fully up, we should hear that come in. Make sure we get the seatbelts on here as well. Waiting for APU or power to be indicated. Yep, there we go. Apparently all the switches and click sounds and things like that are all modeled as well. So it's quite exciting. I'm really looking forward to seeing what this is going to sound like. And of course, engine start will be the next thing that we'll look at. Anyway, we can release the ground power. And I think if we remove the chocks, oh, get the brakes on though. Sure, everything's tickety-boo there. I'm hoping those stairs are just going to leave. Yeah, they are. Good. Cool. Okay. So, runway 22 departure. Just pull up the charts again for a sec here. So we are there. So reversing nose to the right. We'll be coming out down to Papa. So right turn on Papa and right down to the Alpha entry into runway 22 and departing that way. Nice long runway as well. So I think we've got a climb 2 departure based on the flex temperature. And we'll just get this lined up as well. Got the pushback planer put in. I thought it was interfering with the RJ 100 from Just Flight, but it doesn't appear to be the issue. Oh. Here we go, ready to go. Okay, this is it, folks. Just do final checks up here. I think everything is good there. Right, we got some pre-takeoff things to do, but we will do that in a minute. The wires all over the place here. And yeah, lots to talk about. Obviously, Storm Ewan. I didn't think I was going to make it this morning. Definitely didn't think it was going to make it this morning, but we're good. We're all good. So, okay. Close that for the moment. Brakes can come off, and the truck should start going. Push back notes to the right, please. Assuming it's going to work anyway. There we go. That's right. Wasn't having enough faith in them there, was I? Okay, packs are off temporarily. That's much more delayed pack sound, actually, I've noticed. That's interesting. Oh, beacon should be on as well. Let's see what happens. Did I put the fuel on? That's a question. No, I didn't. Oh, it's very, very throaty and much more kind of growling noise. That's really good. Very cool. Ooh, lots of new clicks. Okay, good start on 2. We'll wait for pushback to finish. We'll start engine 1. But it looks like a relatively nice day in Colombo today, so hopefully we'll get some nice weather when we get to the Andaman Islands. It's not a great time of year, though. Usually it can be quite stormy around this time of year, my understanding is. But it's not as hot. Right. Got config warning because we do have some fuel in the middle tank. We have 9.7 tons of fuel today, so. Okay. Parking brakes are set. And see that truck is departing. Engine 2 to continuous, engine 1, let's go. Wow. Yeah, that's a big difference. That's a big difference. It's not a massive pack, too. The download was about 100 meg. I think it expands it to 300 or so. But, I mean, for what you get for it, it's absolutely astounding. Amazing. Love it. Yeah, that is pretty impressive, I gotta say. Okay. Transponder is already on. Brakes to RTO. Let's get get audio on the flaps here. I'm gonna switch this over. We'll go to flaps 5. Sounds about the same, I would say. Slight improvement. I wouldn't say that's a massive change, but certainly the APU starts and the engine starts are noticeably different. Okay, engine 1 to continuous now. Final checks, yaw damper is on, everything else is on. I think we're pretty much ready to go, guys. Taxi light. And we'll go VNav, LNav, and all throttle can come on. And I think that's it. Runway heading, sorry, is what is runway heading actually? That's a good question. Runway heading is 220 on the dot. Very efficient. So 220 was pretty much sitting there anyway. That's cool. Okay. Brakes off. Let's roll out. The throttle's on the wrong side. Ooh. Yeah, that sounds different. I'll leave the volume right up for you guys so you can really hear everything that this Boris audio pack does. Oh, I can hear that. There's like that is pretty cool, I must admit. Oh, sorry, Nighthawk. I always give you the courtesy. Do you want to go first? Technically, I don't have the right of way at the moment, so. I can get you taken off or landing. It's up to you. Looks like he's still rolling though, so we'll hang on for him. But those engine sounds are wow. You'll go first? No problem. brakes off. Oh, listen, the spool up is so much better. That is really, really something, I tell you. I can even hear the I can hear the nose wheel rubbing on the tarmac as well. That's really cool. That's pretty good. Okie dokie. Oh, let's get our engine ignition on. Packs can come on as well. Do all these little things here. And APU can come off. Okay, quick check below line. Brakes are set to RTO. That's perfect. The TCAS can come on. I also noticed the weather radar is working in 2020. I did a wee clip in taking off from Edinburgh in Storm Ewan yesterday before the power went out, which I'm going to post on this channel. And sure enough, the weather radar was working perfectly. It was actually quite, I was blown away by it. I just happened to turn it on, not expecting anything, and there it was. So I'm very happy with that. So yes, we do have working weather. Certainly for the PMDG in Flight Simulator 2020. Okay, just do a config check here. Yeah. So just all you do that, advance the throttles a bit. And whoop. If you hear any alarms, that means there's something wrong, but no alarms, so that means we're good to go. And there's Mrs. Tippy in the F-14. That looks like a jet. I think she's going to be waiting for us, probably catch us up after we take off, which is fine. So, Nighthawk, you should be free to line up then. I will hold short. And yes, you do have a comment there that I've not read, Nighthawk, so I'll get to that in a minute. Okay. Just confirm brakes are on. Yes, they are. Whoop. And we'll see Nighthawk take off, and hopefully this Boris audio translates to Nighthawk as well. That I'm not sure of, but I'm hoping it will. I think he's rolling now. No, it doesn't look like it. Beautiful rollout there. And rotation, and up he goes. Okay. Right. Cabin crew ready. We're ready to go. Lights can come on now, and strobes. All looking good. Final checks. Ready? Okay. Brakes released. Hopefully you can hear this nice and clearly. I can hear that nose wheel rubbing again. That's pretty cool. Love that. Okay, 50%. Toga. Oh, yes.
Airspeed line.
Absolutely gorgeous.
80 knots.
New cabin voices. Rotating. That's great. You're up. Autopilot on. Airplane has control. I thought the autopilot was on. It's not. Now it is. Oh wow! Just even the throttle down for the climb out sounds brilliant. What a difference! 10 pounds for that. Would it be about 13 euros? Maybe about $17 Canadian or so. Worth every single penny. Absolutely amazing. Flaps 1. Jeez, so good. Flap 0. Wow. You don't realize how big a difference sound makes. I'm just blown away by this. And a really, really great shot of departing over Colombo as well. You can see the main street there. It's night and day. It's absolutely night and day. This is really immersive. This sounds like I'm in the plane. Wow. Just the way that the blades fade out there too. It is so true to life. I can't believe this. This is just astounding. That's right. Homework to do here. Let's we'll take it right up to 39,000. I'll just go to standard pressure at this point as well. Cabin crew's probably okay to release. Gear to neutral. Brakes to 0. Whoa, there's Mississippi. I just heard that fly by. That was cool. That is something else. Just about 10,000. I'll go back to the window shot so we can hear the spool up as well. It sounded just great. Just amazing. Boris Audio, well done. Thank you very much. Absolutely impressed by that. Super, super impressed. Sid! Hey, Willy says, what's up? What's up? 10,000, lights can come off. Level off to accelerate to 280. You're flying from Salt Lake City to Toronto. Oh, the big smoke, are you? With Cloud Viper. All right. Are you guys online right now? Or is Cloud Viper broadcasting in the moment? A little bit more cloud than there was before. That's your name on Volanta. Okay, cool. Going back, Nighthawk said, in every flight with the PMDG 7 is slightly different. Yesterday I had 4 landing light switches. Today I have 2. Yeah, well, that's a configuration setting. You can change it in the options in the FMC. Why it's changing by itself, I have no idea, unless there's been an update. And Mississippi said it took me a while to get into the sim. I didn't think it was going to work for you this morning. Oh, right. Why's that? There we go. Just to make sure everything's good, I think we can let the cabin crew now. The door's not open. We'll see if we can find you on Volanta at some point, Sids, in a minute. Just making sure our cruise is going well. I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm going to take the sim noises down just a bit. We'll bring in some music. And I'll get GTN 750 up as well, just so we have a nice moving map. Plane is running true and fantastic. Great climb rate today. Coffee time? Is it coffee time? Right, I'll leave you as we climb up with this gorgeous window view here. And you can just listen to those engines do their thing. I will be right back, guys. Alright, back with you guys. Got my coffee. See how we're going. Oh, master caution. Cabin altitude. Packs off? Alright, better level here for a sec then. There's an altitude horn up here somewhere. Haven't done that in a while. There we go. Alright, just let that pressure catch up then. Silly mistake. Alarm. Pranay, how you doing? Pranay Bazain, how will you land at Andaman Island? So we're gonna land in Port Blair. Is it Veer? What's the name of the airport? Veer Savarkar International Airport. Coming in on ILS runway 4. That's how we're coming in. And welcome. Please like and subscribe. We really appreciate it. I think that horn should stay off now. Duct pressure. Where's the altitude? Oh, there's the altitude there. Alright, up to 4,000 feet pressure now. It should be fine. I think we're alright to continue our climb up to 390. Sorry, put VNAV back on. Okay, we still have an alarm, but that should go off. We've got 4,000 4,000 foot pressure anyway. Your aircraft is programmed to hold. Yes, mine did that too. You can delete it. Just delete it. Or hold if you want. It's up to you. Pressure's still climbing, so we should be all right. Maybe people will be feeling a little lightheaded. We'll offer free sugary drinks. The engine noises are so good. Sri Lanka is actually a sizable country, considering it's just a small island as well. Was the home for many, many years famous science fiction author Arthur C. Clarke. He lived in Sri Lanka for a long, long time. He was absolutely in love with the country. Wrote a few books from there as well. What's our cabin altitude doing here? Okay, just about 5,000. I think once we get up to past 5,000, I'm hoping the alarm's going to go off. Look at that. Beautiful. Lots of amazing beaches in Sri Lanka as well. And there we go, just about over the sea towards the Andaman Islands. Of course, we got news at cruise today, lots to go through. Some exciting announcements from Just Flight 2. Huge shout out to them. There you go. And we got some new music today. I got some blues and rock. You had a fuel alarm already. What have you done? You're not putting any fuel in your airplane. Oh, of course, the center tank, yeah. Actually, I'm glad you said that, because mine's about to go off. There you go. You saved me. You saved me, Nighthawk. $7.810 left. We're going to put that in progress page, actually. Right, we can probably, before we do anything, I'm just going to set up for our approach. So we need a 110-10. And course will be 037, so get that dialed in as well. And get Snoopy in the doghouse. Winds are pretty much straight on, so we're not too much of a nose deviation. That's all right. We don't have to worry about fixes or anything like that. I'm pretty happy that we can just fly the route. 36,000, just about there. I'll leave it on this for a sec so you can hear the engine spool down when we hit cruising altitude. That should be pretty cool. Very calming though. The camera for some reason. Good old coffee. We got cruise yet? Just about. Just about. I can hear it. It's very subtle, but it's nice. Oh yeah, there you go. It's amazing. Boris Audios, I'm blown away by that. I would definitely buy more packages from them. If that's the standard that we can expect, I've got no problems spending money with them. Okay, cabin pressure is now up to 7,000. Our differential pressure is 10,000, so I think it's possibly why that alarm's still on, but I think we're alright. Everything else is looking fine, so... Let's see. I think what we should see is that dropping, that cabin altitude. We want that to drop to about 6,000 or so. Learn everything about cabin altitude. Alright, that should go off by itself shortly, so. Okay. My landing lights on, yes they are. No, they're off. They're off. But these are those are the LED ones anyway. They're inside the wing. See? So they don't retract or anything, you just turn them on and off. They're the modern ones. I could take the engines off continuous though. Oh, there it is, it's gone. What was the trigger for that? As soon as it got above 7,500 differential pressure, that's what it was. So. A big bright light behind you. All right. Well, the strobes are on. So. It doesn't always. It's sometimes a bit iffy whether it's accurately portraying your lights to other players, though, I think. Okay. We'll do some news, guys. Let's do some news, eh? How about that? We got lots to talk about. Let's get everything set up here, and let's do some news, guys. Oh, yeah. Boy, do we got stuff to talk about today. So, Just Flight are really moving forward with upgrading their portfolio for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. They have just brought in the Vulcan. The mighty Vulcan is now compatible with Flight Simulator 2024. So if you are doing any regular flying in 2024, you want a high fidelity, historic military aircraft, this is probably exactly what you want. It's got quite a few changes as well. It's not just compatible, but they all are improving the products. This is amazing stuff. Cockpit shadow quality is mentioned here. New smoke effects, taking advantage of the new 2024 modeling. And I think, from what I can tell, I think it's free. You just go and get it if you own it. If I'm wrong in saying that, tell me, but I think that's the same. But so yeah, upgraded for 2024 and upgraded within its own right. Absolutely amazing. Now I think this was Flight FX has released. I don't have the article here, but because this is the link that my news correspondent gave me. But they have released a Piaggio P180 Avanti, and it's a really interesting looking plane, isn't it? Very, very cool. So yeah, if you, I don't know where that is available at the moment, but if you look up Flight FX P180 Avanti, you should be able to find it, and that is a cool airplane. PMDG, I'll tell you. Look at this. I think this is the 747-200 or 100. I think they're doing the 100, but wow. I mean, oh, I can't load that image, okay. But the engineer's console just looks insane. Don't think we've had much. Looks like that's might be the only picture there, so probably something wrong with that. But yeah, go and check it out. I'm sure it's available on their website if you go into the forums there. Very, very excited. The 737, don't know if they're talking about 2024. I think that's the big question everyone's asking, is when is the portfolio coming in 2024? But at the moment, it doesn't look like there's any mention yet of when that's going to happen, so we'll have to wait and see. Sky Simulations DC-9, a very popular airplane back in the I think 60s and 70s. And they're doing the Model 10 and the Model 30 in both passenger and freighter versions. It's dynamic wing, so you will get flex and things like that. And they say that they've double-checked the flight model with actual pilots. It's really cool. So they've actually had people come in and say, yeah, this looks like it flies like the real thing, which is amazing. That's great. Full sound package, pressurization is simulated as well, and the fuel burn is accurate. Looks very promising. So if you you like the some of the vintage airliners, and DC-9 is certainly one of them, that's probably something to check out. I didn't see where. Oh, Sim Market, 49 euros, and it's cross-compatible with 2020 and 2024. Evil Azar says, evening. How are you, mister? How are you, Evil? Great to see you. You posted the PA article instead? Oh, that's all right. No worries. We got there in the end. Luckily, you had your notes to say what it was actually meant to be about, so I knew. This is interesting. Miltech. They've been doing their thing in Flight Simulator for a while now, but they've just come out with the Mirage 2000. And this is looking really spectacular. I'll let you just soak in some of that imagery there. But the modeling seems really, really, really good. Certainly on the external side. I'll wait and see what happens with the cockpit pictures. Mirage 2000, of course, is an immediate predecessor to the Eurofighter Typhoon. A lot of the characteristics and capability of the Typhoon are pretty much directly descended from the Mirage 2000 that was developed in France. So biggest difference obviously is the Typhoon is a twin engine variant as opposed to the single engine of the Mirage 2000, but the Mirage 2000 was basically built to be a very inexpensive and capable light fighter with multi-role capability that you can see there with the heavy bomb. Actually, it could be fuel tanks, but it looks really awesome. So yeah, if you like your jets, Mrs. Tippy, this might be right up your alley, actually. This one, I think. That's probably one to check out. Some free stuff, lots of free stuff this week. Orbix is currently offering Falmer Airfield. This is a World War II airstrip that was used by the 165 U.S. Aero Squadron. And later by the newly formed 124, 25, 26 squadrons, respectively. They flew Airco DH-4 and DH-9 bombers. It was demolished after the war. There was no trace of the hangars or airfields, so obviously they've used heritage photos to create it, but this is completely free. All you have to do is get yourself into Orbix, look for Echo Golf Mike Alpha, and pick up your free airstrip scenery. This is one I'm particularly excited about. Headwind. have completed their custom cockpit, and I think it could actually be out already. This is completely free, guys. If you do a search on Headwinds, it uses a lot of the core functionality of the fly-by-wire Airbus 320. What they've done now is they've created a complete custom cockpit, which is actually more authentic to the Airbus 330, because obviously the 320 looked a bit different. And when you actually look at the screenshots, like it looks like a much bigger cockpit as well. It's pretty cool. We do have some video here, so I'll chuck this in. And it flies great. I mean, it really does feel like a heavy aircraft. It's a joy to fly. And there you can see the big changes that they've made. Because the Airbus 330, I think, has a center FMC as well. And the overhead is slightly different. Oh, maybe, yeah, there's the old one. You can see the new one. You'll see the center FMC. And of course, you're going to get that sense of space, that spaciousness in the cabin. You got 2 jump seats behind you. It's much deeper cabin as well. So yeah, a huge congratulations to the Headwind team. We'll definitely be picking this up. If Dark Fury is watching, it would be nice to see if the livery works, but I'll probably check that myself anyway. But you can get this by Googling Headwind. They have their own download installer. It's very similar to the fly-by-wire version, and you just install it, and it's completely free, and you can go fly it around and try it out in Flight Simulator 2020. It's absolutely amazing. Sunshades. I mean, this is for free aircraft. It's amazing the stuff that we're getting from some of these fantastic developers, and a huge, obviously, huge thank you to the fly-by-wire team, which provide a lot of the source code that the Headwind team used. So it's absolutely awesome. What a time to be a simmer. Really cool. Kennedy Space Center. I would think the timing of this is probably somewhat apt, considering the Captain Sim space shuttles come out. Although I don't think the space shuttle lands at Kennedy. That's the only thing. But anyway, if you want Kennedy Space Center, it's there. You can go and get it. It comes from a developer called Terra Builder, and includes it does include the shuttle landing facility, which is Kilo Tango Tango Sierra. So there you go. If you got you want to land a space shuttle at an authentic looking location, you can go check this out. And it's gorgeous. It is very pretty. I must admit, I love the detailing on these buildings. There you go. You got the space shuttle on the pad. Something we'll never see again, but here you go. Of course, you've been hearing it. We've been talking about it. It's the Boris Audio 737 AudioWorks sound set has released for PMDG. Absolutely amazing. Very inexpensive. You can get it on Orbix. Highly recommended. You're hearing the impact yourself. It's a done deal. If you have the PMDG 737, this is a done deal, and I think you'll really appreciate the quality that I'm hearing in my headphones, and hopefully you're hearing at home as well. Just Flight, it keeps rolling on. They've got the Hawk T1A is coming out for 2024. The really exciting part of this, which I was surprised, is they've also put in a brand new flight model for 2024 and more updates to the liveries, and also a improved wobble to the HSI gauge as well. I can't believe it. This team is working very hard, and the Hawk, of course, we've regularly featured on here. We may well do then a 2024 stream at some point in the future and try out some of these great aircraft from Just Flight. Huge shout out to them. Absolutely working so hard and really trying to get all their great stuff over to the new simulators. So that's very cool. I'm not familiar with this utility, but if you are, you might be excited to know that SonicViz Location Manager 2 is now available for Microsoft 2024. And I'll see if we can just get the gist of it, but I think it helps you move around, I guess. But it looks really cool. It obviously works inside the sim. and gives you all sorts of information there. So yeah, it looks neat. I might have to, see if I can find a video just to figure out what exactly this does. But it's pretty interesting, and it looks like it helps, particularly helpful for those who like VFR navigation. I think this is going to be something right up your alley. But yeah, this is now available for 2020. Oh, that's Gibraltar, I think. Is that Gibraltar? Looks like Gibraltar. Yeah, this looks like a really awesome tool. So if you have 2024 and you want something to help you with your VFR location management, this is probably right up for you. Inabuilds. Was that the last one I talked about? Yeah. Inabuilds, again, more freeware. I have released Kilo Mike Kilo Echo. This is Milwaukee International Airport. Completely free, guys. We like free, but it's amazing when some of these studios that make obviously do a lot of payware just suddenly come out and decide to offer some free stuff. Really, really great of Inabuilds to do this. My hat's off to them. The only thing they will say is you have to have photogrammetry on for it to work. It doesn't work if it's off. It's going to look completely wrong. So they've obviously built this airport to integrate with the existing photogrammetry. So that is the one catch on it. But apart from that, absolutely completely free, and you can go check that out on the Inabuild site. Doesn't mention if there's anything in the marketplace, but there you go. Anyway, that is the news today, guys. We'll get back to our flight, and thank you for your attention. Okay. Where are we? Can we see a top of descent yet? That's a question. Not yet. Oh, aye, there it is. Still a ways off yet. Nighthawk's disappeared. Is that because that's a glitch? Kick the servers again, shall we? Oh, what's happened to my overlay? I'll fix that in a minute. Okay, anyway, let's kick the servers. Because my landing route was kind of hidden. It was way high up on the screen. Why is he? Oh, that'll be the reason. So we can get there. Oh, there we go. Yay! Just under about 1/3 of the way there, or 3/5, however you want to look at it. Good question for you guys, actually. Do you like having that map up in the corner? Is that nice to have, or is that just get in the way of everything I'm doing? Nighthawk says the Headwind A339 is far better than any default aircraft Microsoft 2024. Yes. Is it compatible with 2024? I didn't actually pick up on that. It's very cool, though. I'm flying today. Just about Mach 7.9. That's pretty quick. Nighthawk says PMDG just released a post that their 777 runs but not truly usable. Lots of work ahead, but optimism is high. Ah, right. I had a feeling that wasn't going to be a straightforward thing for them. Unfortunately, it looks like the 777 will probably hit 2024 before the 737 will, and that makes me very frustrated, because the only airliner I have at the moment that I can use in 2024, and I will not fly the default aircraft because they don't work. They're buggy. It's something to do with the streaming aspect of it. It just, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. So I have no confidence. As much as I'd like to try the default airliners, I just can't, because they're broken for me. And it's this whole streaming business. So until the marketplace gets sorted out, we can actually start downloading some of these assets and holding them locally. I just don't see any point. But what I have noticed is, although the exterior lighting's not particularly great, the Just Flight RJ is beautiful in Flight Simulator 2024. It works perfectly. You don't have any glitches like you do with the default aircraft, because it's sitting on your hard drive rather than being streamed. And so the more the merrier. The more the merrier. I am quite happy. I've got tons of space. I bought a 2 terabyte SSD for a good reason, so that I had plenty of space for all of these great add-ons. I have no problem having them hosted locally on my machine. So we'll see what happens. Nighthawk says he thinks the fly-by-wire and Headwind are flyable on Microsoft 2024, but no work on compatible. Yeah, I mean, I know people are porting them over, and they're saying it mostly works. For me, I think I would rather wait until they're actually properly directly supporting 2024, because otherwise, if things don't work quite right, and I would find that probably a bit frustrating. So. I mean, I'm not that I'm trying to dissuade anyone else from doing it. If you want to port things over by yourself, go right ahead. But results will vary wildly. Just nothing but water down there. Turn up just so you really hear those engines. Okay, I'm going to step away for just a couple minutes. I'll be right back. Alright, back again, back again. Excuse me. How are we doing? Oh, it's getting a bit dark in here, isn't it? That's a bit better. There. All's fine in the world again. So, Nighthawk, have you actually had a chance to try the new headwind yet? Because you used to fly that a lot, didn't you? That was kind of like your go-to airplane for a while. Can't get over how great these engines sound. It does this massive, massive change. Not yet. 339 still your favorite? Yeah, I know it is. Yeah. I just had a problem. I couldn't push back because there was something blocking it, but. Maybe I'll give it a go again, see if I can get it working. Because I would like to fly it, and we got this beautiful livery for it, courtesy of Flight Design. Big shout out to Dark Fury. And a big shout out to Nick, our producer, as well. He, as you will noticed, we had, I never even talked about Storm Ewan. Man, that was a hurricane. That was not a storm, that was a hurricane. Legit. It was, I think, about a Category 2. The only country that wasn't reporting as a hurricane was the United Kingdom, but I have no idea why. But it ripped off. I have kind of flashing on the edge of my roof. I mean, that was completely torn off. Some tiles had gone. There was a house down the road that was absolutely. The roof was absolutely wrecked. Not torn off, but just wrecked. Thousands of pounds of damage. We lost power anyway, and initially we were being told that it wasn't going to be fixed until 3 o'clock today, 3 p.m. GMT. So we settled in. We had candles, lights, everything, totally prepared to cook. We've got a gas stove, so we're just going to cook on the gas stove. And had to beg Nick if he could change because I couldn't edit anything. So I begged Nick if he could change the stream, just say it was postponed due to the storm. And then, of course, about 10 o'clock last night, or 9 o'clock last night, the lights magically came on. And that was it. So a huge thank you to Scottish Power Energy Networks, because, honest to God, it was, when they fixed that, it was still pretty bad weather. I mean, these guys are putting their life on the line for us, and I still can't believe how quickly they got it fixed. So yeah, and that's why I'm here with you guys today. But pretty scary stuff. And I'll see if I can show you a picture of show you a picture of this house just down the road from us. There you go. Just to show you the kind of damage that the storm did. So, I mean, storms don't do that kind of damage. That's just hurricane damage. But It's pretty rough stuff. A lot of trees down in the area as well. Some of the roads were blocked for a while, but that's all getting cleared up now. The one thing I will say about Scotland, the emergency services are second to none. Absolutely amazing. So much support from everything to do with whether it's an actual, a life-threatening emergency, or if it's just crews that are going around clearing the roads, getting rid of dangerous trees and things like that. Should actually put Rex Atmos on here. Of course, we're flying real time, so it's probably going to be night time by the time we get there. I didn't think about that. I see. As we get on the other side of the world, we're going to have to think about what kind of times we're flying at, because I don't want to be flying in the dark all the time. Starting to get that tinge of sunset behind us. I don't know what that line is. That's a strange line. Interesting. Maybe it's a photogrammetry problem, I'm not sure. I can see it from the outside as well. What is that? It's either a glitch or some sort of optical effect that's not quite looking right. I'm not sure. Yeah, we're getting darker in the cockpit now, though. Anyway, we'll look at let's look at our approach while we're sitting here thinking about what to do with ourselves. So there is no standard arrival for Port Blair, but as mentioned, we will be using the ILS-Y approach. So essentially. And we're coming at, it's direct in runway 037. So 2100 platform altitude. And the runway itself is also equally long, 10,751 feet. So auto brakes one will probably do great. The terminal is right at the end of the runway. So what we're going to do is we'll touch down. Nice and gentle coast down. Actually, I probably won't even use auto brakes, to be honest with you. Just roll right to the end of the runway, and we'll park at the new terminal, breaking off about Whiskey 3 or Whiskey 4 there. Yeah, we'll get a good look at the Andaman Islands as we're coming in, hopefully. I might switch this to daytime. I haven't decided yet. Landing at night is fun. I do enjoy it. I'm probably going to do... I'm thinking about doing some night streams. Almost like an After Dark series. Mississippi, be right back. No problem. See you in a bit. But during the day, when you want to look at scenery, the only disadvantage of flying at night is you can't see anything. You can see lights and runways, that's about it. But we'll watch the sunset for a bit, because I do like watching sunsets. Curious if anyone is still flying Flight Simulator 2024 at the moment. Is anybody are they splitting your time? I found that my interest in it has dropped off a bit. I still feel like there's a lot of problems, issues with it that are ruining my experience. And part of the problem is the external lighting on airplanes just does not work at all. It does not look great. Or if anything, if you see anything at all. I'm also finding too it's very dependent on the internet connection. So whereas 2020 will do an offline mode, if anything happens, so much as a blip with your internet connection, the sim just shuts down. Which I don't, for a lot of people in the world, that's not going to work. There needs to be a little bit of fault tolerance for bad connections. So. Oh. Mrs. Tippy's trying to sneak up on me, is she? I'll go to the front so we can see what she's going to do. I think I'm about to get buzzed. Nighthawk says Flight Simulator 2024 lighting seems bad in most aircraft, but it is better for VFR flights. Scenery does look a lot better. Yes, I do agree. I mean, that's the one reason I keep going back to it is the scenery, just flying around is absolutely beautiful. There's a warmth to it as well. I can't quite describe it. Just everything seems so rich and detailed compared to 2020. Which isn't to say that 2020 is bad. 2020 is still astoundingly good. It's like 2024 just seems to be that slight level higher, which is, of course, like I say, it's a shame that there's just so many other issues with it at the moment. Look at that sky! Wow, look at that sky. Lovely. That is stunning. Okay, top of descent is within the 320 range now, so we can dial that down a bit. I don't think we have any constraints. Oh, we do. We got to be above 2700 at CIO4, then 2100. Okay. We should, in theory, pick up the ILS at that point anyway. So if the ILS is available and we can lock onto it, we'll probably just hit it at that point. Fuel engine, or the engines are burning pretty close together as well, so we don't have any imbalance to worry about. Apart from that, I think it's just take it down when it's ready. Beautiful pink skies. Look at that. Stunning. Stars coming out. Nothing but water around here, though. Oh, well, we could have let's have a discussion about where we're going next. Okay. I don't have to come up with this all the time. So we are currently, we're about here, if everyone can see that. So we're about here at the moment. We are landing in the Andaman Islands. My thoughts are actually Vietnam. I was thinking Ho Chi Minh City for our next stop, if anybody has any thoughts. Or we could go to Kuala Lumpur. That's another possible choice. You'd like to do an airline flight in the K-Top? Yeah, we'll do that. Of course, we have to get closer to China to do that, don't we? Well then, why don't we go to Bangladesh? We'll go to Dhaka, and then that takes us towards China. Where's Hong Kong? Hong Kong's... can't remember where Hong Kong is, actually. Hong Kong's here. Oh no, that still makes sense. So if we go to... yeah, why don't we go to Ho Chi Minh City then, and that puts us within striking distance of Hong Kong. Should we do that? That seems like an easy one. What do you think of that, Nighthawk? Mrs. Tippy, if you're back, any thoughts you have? So I think we're going to be at Andaman Islands. We'll go to Ho Chi Minh City next week, and then the week after we'll do a flight into Kai Tak Airport in Hong Kong. I got some great scenery for Hong Kong as well, actually. We have done mainland China in the past, so I would think actually the next flight I'd like to do, if we do Hong Kong, would be we go to Shanghai. Should be really good. And then that gives a striking distance to Japan or South Korea. Hey Brett, quick hello. Like button pressed, I'm off to bed. Brett, thank you very much. Have a great night's sleep. Okay, so I think I'm gonna stick with that. So we'll do Ho Chi Minh City next, and then Hong Kong the week after. You're back. Oh, you missed the conversation, Mrs. Tippy. I was saying we're going to be landing in the Andaman Islands. Nighthawk said he'd like to fly into Kai Tak at Hong Kong, which is up here at one point. So I thought next week we could fly to Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam, and then the week after that we'll fly to Hong Kong. Although I would like, if you could put it off a couple weeks, Nighthawk, what I would like to do is, if we go to Ho Chi Minh City, is actually jump into the Duke and do some countryside tours up to Da Nang. We need to, just needs to be a place where there's, yeah, Da Nang, there. I'm pretty sure there's an airport at Da Nang as well. Yeah, there's a substantial airport at Da Nang as well. So then, if we go to Ho Chi Minh City next week and then do a Vietnam tour up to Da Nang in the turbine, and then we can take off from Da Nang and go to Hong Kong in Kai Tak. Just to split things up a bit. Okay. Hopefully I remember all this. I'll probably be asking, what did I say on the stream? Oh, it's pitch black now. Okay, I'm gonna put the lights up here, guys. So I'd like to see what the Andaman Islands look like in the daytime. Oh, I think I could do with another coffee. What does everyone else think? Should we get coffee time, guys? Still got a wee bit of time to top of descent, so. Shake myself awake. Yes, for sure. Awesome. Let's do some coffee then. Okay, back with you guys. Ugh. Out of coffee. My wife's just actually literally gone to the supermarket. Nighthawk, anyway, tell me, I heard you got some cold temperatures in Ontario over recent weeks. Quite cold right now for a few days. Oh, it's minus 14. Oh, okay. Yeah, minus 30. Wow. Brrr. That is a chilly one. I saw at one point Toronto hit minus 35, which for Toronto, that is cold. Well, there's Mississippi. I wonder if you were you in formation, Mississippi? You should have told me. Imagine my TCAS would have gone off, I would have thought. What's our arrival information anyway? 1009. That plugged in. Did I change my time? Yeah, I did. I didn't want to land at night. I want to be able to see the island as we're coming in, so just so we can see the scenery. That's all. Mississippi says, no, I'm on autopilot at the moment. Not quite paying attention. Oh, you're talking to someone on Discord, are you? Okay. I get some screenshots, guys. Let me know if they're up. We can look at them today, actually. Oh, I do see some new ones in there. There's one. Oh, yeah. I see what you see. You reckon that's not the sun? I think that's the sun, is it not? Or do you think that was my airplane? That's a great shot, though. I love that. That's a beautiful picture of that. I mean, I am looking to implement the slideshow reel on the lead-in as well, so I might bring that back. I want to program it so it alternates. So basically, it does some slideshow for a bit, and then it cuts to the live feed for a few seconds, and then it goes back to the slideshow. That's what I want to do. So it's just gonna take a bit of work because I do some trickery with StreamerBot, and it shouldn't be too hard to do, actually. Now that I think about it, it should be quite easy to do, actually. So yeah, that's the plan. So you have the slideshow will pop up, and then I'll run that for a bit, and then I'll disappear. You see the live feed, and it goes back to the slideshow for a bit. So I'll collect a lot of some of the great screenshots you guys had, and we'll pack that in. Yeah, I can see what you're saying about the bright light, though. I don't know. It's almost like I was... It's like Jesus played. I am Jesus Plane. Okay. Top ascent's getting really close now. But everything's ready. We got the course run in. Got our ILS frequencies sitting in the backup, ready to go. Just a matter of kicking off our approach. Just Timmy says I can take some screenshots, but your planes won't look how they're supposed to. Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, it's with the screenshots. It's not. I don't have to see me, right? I want to see. I want to see you guys. I want to see the screenshots that you've taken of yourself, and also, it doesn't always have to be during the stream. I mean, even if you're just flying during the week and you do something cool, you know, post something in. I have no problem with that at all. Because sometimes I find too, when you're flying by yourself and you're just doing like a spontaneous route, sometimes the weather just looks really cool, or you just get a nice effect with a sunset or a sunrise, or you just see something really interesting. I'll tell you what I'd like to show you. When I was doing the Storm Ewan takeoff from Edinburgh, I thought it was kind of middle of the day Friday. I was doing on my lunch break, and I thought, well, nobody will be online for this. It could have been more wrong. See if I can find it. But I'm gonna post. I didn't do the whole route, but I'm just gonna post the takeoff video. It's quite cool. Find it here. And man, was it stormy, I'll tell you. Oh. Turn that down. But there was tons of people online. Tons of people online. Everywhere I looked, it was, but man, it was stormy. Really, really super stormy. Let's see if I can go to takeoff here. I was losing server connections a lot, though. That was the only thing that kind of annoyed me. Hey, look at that. It just looks bleak and scary, doesn't it? Dark and dismal. Anyway. You posted up screenshots? Okay. Ooh, I like them. Look at these. These are awesome. That's cool. Beautiful shots. Look at that. That's awesome. What a wild pick. Man, you got a talent at doing that. A real talent. We'll turn up the engine noise when we do the spool down for our descent as well, because that'll be really cool. How's the music today, guys? I went and trolled my new service for some more tunes. I think I found some pretty good ones. Here's a question. What kind of music does everyone like? Do you like classical, pop, rock, electronic, rap, polka? Almost there. I like that shot. I always thought that was a good shot. Interesting way to look at the world. Just imagine I was like some poor soul that was duct taped to the bottom of the airplane. Just over 80 miles from top of descent now. Okay, so this will be there at everything's all weird now. 0733 Zulu. So based on that, so that's 12 minutes. Just gotta check, make sure my daughter's okay. She wasn't sure if the buses were running today. In case I had to go pick her up, but I think I'm all right. Nighthawk says music depends what I'm doing, from heavy metal. Heavy metal queens to soundtracks. Yeah, I like soundtrack music as well, actually. I'm a big fan of there's a station, an internet station I listen to called Cinemix, which is really cool, and it just basically all it does is play movie soundtracks. And I find that quite chill. Usually when the family's sitting down for dinner, I'll put Cinemix in the background, and it's nice and calming and good for promoting conversation. Okie dokie. "29 miles away from Anver." Okay, on top of the sun. 10 minutes away from top of the sun. Feels running pretty good today. Usually I get a bit of an imbalance if you're anything over 400 miles, but today it seems to be behaving itself. I often wonder how they model that. If it actually impacted by wind, or because you'd think if the wind's, say, coming at you from this side and your plane is having to turn into it, does that make one of the engines work a bit harder? Probably. I'll probably say it makes the inboard. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll have to look it up. Sorry, my mind's just wandering now. That's the problem with the long flights. You have to think of things to talk about. What about you, Mrs. Tippy? You haven't told me what kind of music you like. I might get some soundtrack music then, because I do like that. It's been a pretty uneventful flight, though. Nothing really happened. Oh, I'll tell you, I was doing the... so the flight I was doing in the Storm L1, I'll post up a clip of it taking off. I was going to fly to Iceland. It was going to be about a 2-hour block time. And then I kind of got up to close to cruising altitude. I thought, actually, the weather was really bad. I'm like, I really don't want the PC left on just in case I get a power cut because you can damage the PC, etc. So I thought, nah, I'll just close it down. So so closed the sim and turned off my PC. And I kid you not, it was 10 minutes later, the power started flickering, like going off and on and off and on and off and on, and eventually just went right off, and that was it for about 5-6 hours. And I was like, God, thank God I turned off my PC. I've actually lost in the past. I've had PCs pretty much burn out because of power failures, and we are susceptible to power failures here because we have a lot of electric lines that run by trees. But they're in the process right now. This is how ironic it is. They're in the process right now of burying all those wires under the road, just for our area, because there's just been so many problems over the years. But they've only got three weeks left, and they're going to power on. And sure enough, we get this massive hurricane, and is what it is. Multi-stream panels. All sorts of strange windows today. Okay, we are almost 40 miles from top of descent, folks. It's getting close now. So I'm going to set a platform altitude of 2100. There you go. And the airplane will fly all the constraints. And you see how accurate this is, because it did say 7:33, didn't it? Yeah, so about just under 5 minutes. Mississippi says I listen to Pink a lot. Yeah, Pink's fantastic. You'll listen to pretty much anything, though. It depends on what you're in the mood for. Very good. Yeah, very credible artist, I would say. My daughter and my wife quite like Pink. I'm myself, as you probably know, if you've listened to the radio show, I'm very, very eclectic, so I listen to pretty much anything. The only thing I'm not really keen on is modern hip-hop. I do make exceptions if it's a more of a unique song, but like generally I don't listen to it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I don't listen to really. Or if anything that's just overly poppy. I do like pop music, but I don't like everything. Basically, I like what I like. It's not really about the genre of the song for me. It's just if it's a song and I just happens to tickle my fancy, then I'll get, I'll listen to it. So once we get close to the top of descent, I'm going to go to window view so we can really hear the spool down. Because that's another kind of flight moment, a flight phase that, for me, as a real-world passenger particularly, I'm interested in how that airplane sounds. And the PMDG, with the stock sounds, actually does a really good job of it. It's a very kind of throaty spool down. But I want to see if Boris Audio's done anything different. Maybe it might be worse. He's maybe gone a direction that doesn't do it justice. So, but we'll find out. But certainly, I mean, the startup APU and all that kind of stuff, that's been really good. You're supposed to be able to configure it as well, but I have no idea how. I certainly didn't see anything added to the FB. Not that I could see, anyway. And I couldn't see any new toolbars. So... Okay, guys, I'm going to get rid of the map now. And we'll get ready for our descent, which the VNav will initiate automatically. It doesn't do it on the flight or the Airbus, I don't think, but it does do it on the 737. What about your husband, Mrs. Tippy? What is he like? He's not been around today, is he? Sleeping? Here comes the top of descent. Okay, I'm going to turn the music down just for a moment. And we'll turn the engine, the sim sounds right up so you can hear what these engines sound like when they start spooling down for descent. Doesn't look like that top of descent's moving, is it? I thought I was going backwards for a second. A watched pot never boils, as they say. I'll just let the crew know that we're at the top of descent. Okay. Now we're just going to listen. You should be able to see the airplane pitch a bit when we hit it and just hear what these engines really sound like. I noticed the cabin wind noise is a lot better as well. Should be any moment. Turn your speakers up. Okay, there's the pitch. I think that was almost a non-event. It sounds okay. Oh well. all this build-up in tension, and then it's like, yeah, it's okay. Sounds like an engine's pulling down. Maybe it's more accurate in that sense. I don't know. Oh well. But I feel a bit foolish now. It's kind of like going. You see that guy in the street performer doing a magic trick and says, "Right, you're gonna see a great magic trick," and you're like, "Yay!" And then he does it, and you're like, "Is that it?" Thanks, pal. Can I get my 10 minutes back? Oh man, sorry guys. Okay, on to business here. So we are just about 90 miles out from the airport. I think I'll keep it on 80 for now. Get the music back here. Get everything back to normal. I could also do something today. I don't usually do it, but I could do a flight recording of the landing, if that is something that would interest you guys. Then we could just watch a replay. Can't see anything up ahead. I know the land's out there somewhere. Looks like it'll be clear skies anyway, so we should be able to get a good look at the islands. Pressure is on for perfect landing when recording. Cool. Alright, so I think that means I gotta do it. See if it loads for me or not. Oh, there it is. Right, I've got the flight recorder ready to go. Way upside down. Very nice, very stylish. I know the TCAS ain't working on this airplane. That should have sent all sorts of alarms off. Okay. Tell you what, if it's a good landing, well, I'll watch the replay regardless. I'm hoping it's a good landing. Besides law, this will be the time that it doesn't work, or that I don't do a good one anyway. But we'll see. I'm a bit out of practice with the 737 as well. It might be a thumper. No promises. Just don't forget me to hit the record button. So I'll do that as I'll hit the record button once the ILS has been tracked, basically. Actually, I'd rather wait till right to the end, just so it's... Otherwise, the longer the recording gets, sometimes it causes performance issues. Nighthawk says, oh, these islands were occupied by Japan? Were they? During the war? Wow. Wow, I didn't realize Japan had moved that far. That's incredible. Mind you, did Japan have quite a lot of control of a lot of islands around here, didn't they? But the Japanese Navy was massive at one point. It just goes to show how much damage the Western Fleet did against them. You know, with the likes of the Battle of Midway and all that kind of stuff, they really took out quite a bit of the fleet. Right, landing altitude, that's one thing to check. Decision height should be 400 barrel. Should put that in now. Mm, 400 barrel, and the airport elevation is 93 feet, so that's about 100. Okay, can drop in those ILS frequencies, I think. Still a bit far to pick those up yet, but just make sure everything's ready. Speed brake control arm. And I think we'll get the seatbelts on as well. Okay. Ready to rock, ready to roll. Destination. What are we looking at? Oh, 758 Zulu. Just about 16 minutes. Which F-14 does Mississippi fly? I think it's the... Is it not the... It's not the Heatblur one, I know that. I think it's the other one. Because otherwise I would see her as an F-14, ironically. I have the Heatblur F-14. Now, what's the other company that does all the military stuff? They did the F-15. Concorde. This is a Concorde as well, doesn't it? I can't remember his name. Or the name of the studio. Oh, I see islands. Oh, you do have the Heatblur one. Oh, okay. DC Designs, that's it, yeah. See, if you flew the Heatblur one, I'd actually see you as an F-14. Mm-hmm. Okay. Pre-landing checks. Speed brakes are armed. Auto brakes off as preferred. Lane lights are still off now at 10,000 feet. Engines to continuous. Seatbelts are on. Any ice not required. We're good to go. Oh, VREF. VREF today is... We need to select our flaps, don't we? I forgot. Performance to landing. 4. Port. Import. Calculate. Flaps 30. 129. which gives us a corrected landing speed of 134. Everything else is good to go. Cabin, you can take a seat, please. Plane lights, pop those on. I know we're not quite 10,000, but we'll get them on anyway. Down we go. Starting to see some islands now. Oh yeah, there's some down there. I think. Or is that just dirt on the window? It always throws me off. I think I'm looking at an island, it's just dirt on the window. The gesture can be off on DCS. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm not really big on the gesture. I think you can turn some of it off, but... Oh, you don't get on with gesture? Yeah. Just to randomly eject people, I remember that. That is funny, actually. 10,000 feet. VNAV should slow our descent. I might use a bit of air brakes, actually. A bit of speed braking. So I'll probably intervene at this point. Let's bring it down to 50. $20 miles to runway intercept, roughly. Looks like we're on a VNAV path anyway, so we're good. All good. Just watching, make sure the airplane can maintain its speed, but it seems to be okay at the moment. Look at that. There's some nice beaches there. I don't think there's anyone living there, though. It's probably a place you have to get to by boat, and they just take you out. Amazing. You wouldn't even know. It's amazing how, I think, because I was considering this as to how we're going to actually get to North America. We're probably going to have to do a series of hops on Pacific Islands, and some of which you probably never even heard of. But it should be really interesting. It's just like vast ocean, and then right in the middle of nowhere, there's this, island. It's pretty cool. There's nothing more amazing than planet Earth, is there? Okay, still not picking up the ILS yet. Frequencies are active. Still a little bit far away, mind. Yeah, right. Heading. Just a heading there. No text from my daughter, so I'm presuming she got the bus all right then. Oh, ILS is now being picked up. We got the DME indication 25 miles. I'm gonna take it down to about 210. A little bit of speed braking might help. Or a lot of speed braking. Come on. I think it's because we're still descending quite steeply. There was a decel indication there, so I think the VNAVs probably thought I was going to do it a bit later. VNAV, of course, will do this itself as well. Okay, I'm going to arm the localizer just so I don't forget. Rearm the spoilers there. Okay, I think we'll take it down to 180. Flaps 1. Just give us a little bit of drag. There we go, with the island popping out of the mist. Very pretty. Okay, localizer is armed. Flaps 80, or flaps 1, right? Flaps 5. Start the recording. So Nighthawk's just about on the ground. And arm approach. Gear down. As I suspected, we finished up to the glide scope well before the final descent point, so that's fine. I'm just gonna leave that on. $10 miles out. Probably dropped the gear a little bit early. Burn off a bit of that fuel. There we go, get some nice views here now. Look at that. Looks idyllic, doesn't it? Okay, get the music down, let's get the noises. Just take in all the sounds. Just over 8 miles.
3,500.
Oh. Okay, here we go. Cabin crew prepared for landing. One, 3, 4. Flaps 15. Flaps 25. Oops, suddenly got hazy. And flaps 30. Approach speed. Speed brakes on. Let's go. Oh, it's really hazy, isn't it? See some settlements down there. We'll see how well I do with this landing. Watch out for apartment buildings. Okay. I can't see enough to do anything in the moment. I think there's a lot of hotels around here. That's what it is. Yeah, I can see them coming up now. Yeah. I'll leave the ILS on a little bit longer this time. Oh, wow. That's quite a built-up area. I didn't expect this. Okay, runway in sight. I have control.
500. Approaching
Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow.
Okay.
Glide slow. Glide slow.
Calm down. Continue. A little bit of crosswind there. Got a displaced runway.
200. $100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Get on. Not too bad, not too bad. Okay, we're rolling to the end of the runway. Definitely fighting a little bit of wind there. $60 knots. That's a heck of a displaced runway on either side, isn't it? Very hazy. Yeah, it was hazy. You weren't kidding there, like. I think there's a number of exits we could take here, isn't there? So. Now, I don't want to stop everything yet because I want to see the replay. So I'll stop the recording. Just vacate the runway first, and then we'll do a replay. I don't think it was too bad a landing, to be fair. And hopefully it doesn't crash the sim. That's why I'm not totally keen on doing this, but Okay, all right. Replay is active.
Appear to be live.
2,500. 1,000.
It's probably a good starting point, I think. Right, what view do we want? You want, should we go with this one first? Let's try that. Actually, the other view looks better, doesn't it? Let's try this. Okay, here we go. Yeah, it must be pretty noisy living under that flight path, though. There's lots of villas. A little bit firm, not too bad. Not horrible. Oh crap, hit the wrong thing. Okay, let's oh, get lost. Go away. Alright, let's do this now. Do the drone. Free look. Oop. Good touchdown was probably about there, maybe. Okay, I think. Let's try that. Okay, here we go. Well, it's really hazy, isn't it? Just see it emerging from the mist. Here I come. Not too bad. Not too bad. Oh. Where am I? Am I in control of the start point? Oh, wait a minute. Let's put me back in. Okay. It's like replaying time here. Oh, come back. Everything's all gone wrong. Sorry, guys. Hang on. Okay. Right. Hopefully my wheel's not broken. All right, let's go back to where we were. Yeah, I don't like doing replays too often, but I thought for that, why not? Okay, VK runway flaps up. APU going there. Runway lights come off. Ignition can come back to normal. And we'll go find a place to park. Don't get sucked up by an engine there, buddy. Oh, I mean getting guided in. That's right. We're going to line up over here, I think. I'm going to ignore you. Probably brushing wings. Hopefully not. I'll do. Brakes on. Power can come on. And engines off. That's pretty cool. That does sound good. That definitely sounds a lot better, I think. I'm pretty impressed with that. That's cool. Okay, cool. Can go off, off, off. Oop, that should have been off. Next light can come off. And there we go. Reset. Dropping things here. Oh, I stopped just before we collided. Anyway, what a brilliant, brilliant stream that was. Thank you very much, everybody. Big thank you to Mississippi Nighthawk for flying with me today. That's a nice shot there. I like that. There we go. Anyway, I hope you all had a great time. Thank you for coming today. And next week, then, I think we decided we will be flying to Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam. I haven't decided what airplane we've done yet, but I think we're probably going to try the headwinds. That's what we'll do. So headwinds 339, does that run with you, Nighthawk? Really enjoyed the 736. Great. It is a great airplane. I do love flying it as well. But that's all she wrote. So I'll see you next time right here on Positive Freight, folks. Take care. Have a great Saturday, a good weekend, and a safe week. And I'll see you on Saturday next week. All the best. Take care.
Naughty, naughty.